Hi, I'm Ryan for Ryan's Guitar Stuff, and today's video is Monday Theory. So today I'm going to be talking about scales and the mode relative to the scale. So I'm going to be using C as a relative scale because it's easy on piano as well, because it's all the white notes. So for example, C would be, that's your C scale, and that is Ionian, it's the major scale. And if I wanted to play the 6th degree of the scale, which is the natural minor scale, which starts on the A, so it would start on, sorry, it would start on this note here and continue through the rest of the scale. So that's the minor scale, and that's all the same notes. So for here it's C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. If I move it to here and play the same notes, so starting from A, so A, B, C, D, E, F, G, back to A, that's the minor scale. So they're both the same notes, but relative to where you start, it will give you a different feel. So, in saying that, there's other scales within this scale, and that is called modes. And modes are scales within scales, as I would like to sum them up in this video. And by scales within scales, I mean you start with your C major scale. If you start on the D and play up to this D, so go. That is Dorian, which is another scale and it's a mode, but it's using the same notes as the C major scale and A minor or Aeolian, and it's using the same notes to give you a different scale, which gives you a different feel. So if you start it on the E, this one, and go, that's Phrygian. So if you keep going up through them, so if you started on the F next, you will get Lydian. If you started on the G, you will get Mixolydian. If you started on A, you will get Aeolian, which is the natural minor of the scale. And B would be Locrian, which is the 7th degree of the scale. That is your 7th note relative to C. So in other words, that note. Ionian, which is major, which would be, and then Dorian, which would be, then Phrygian, which would be starting on the E, no, here, sorry, then Lydian, which would start on the F, sorry, then Mixolydian, which would start on the G, then Aeolian, which would start on the A, which is the natural minor of the key, so that will go. Locrian, which would be B, will go. So that's your Locrian scale there, and I didn't realize. And that's what I've been playing the last few days, is Locrian. So that's your relative scales to major scale. And that's the kind of thing I wanted to cover in this video, because I've heard lots of people in my class anyway talk about modes and getting confused by modes and only understanding some things about modes. Modes are, if you start with C and stacked thirds and fifths above that on each note relative to, you'll get major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished, which is the beginning. I can't remember this diminished chord shape, back to your major. So that's the chords relative to C Ionian, but if you went to Dorian, you would get a different set of chords. if you stack third and fifths on each chord. So yeah, it's an interesting concept, and yeah, I'll go into keys in another video of talking about how to stack notes with keys and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I've been Ryan for Ryan's Guitar Stuff, and see you next time. Bye.